y'all, Hope here from Crafty Hope, and I am doing another art journal page. Surprise! Y'all, I promise I do make jewelry too. It's just a lot easier to film art journal stuff. So I'll have some more jewelry stuff here before too long. Y'all let me know what y'all want to see from me. Anyway, I am working in this Dilutions journal, and this is part of my 100-day project, and I wanted to use some of these Amsterdam paints I had bought on clearance. I got a ton of them, but there's still a few I hadn't touched, so I grabbed 3 of them, and they're the reflux ones that are kind of the bright neon colors. So that's why this post is titled art journaling with neon, is because these reflux are so bright and neon. They remind me of the 80s. But so since I knew I was using those inks, I went ahead and put a strip of masking tape right down the center of my journal so that it won't go through the seams and all of that and try to leak into other pages. So I started with that, and then I started to just collage down some papers, but I decided I need some more, so I've got this bag of miscellaneous papers that I just pulled from, and I knew I wanted some, I guess, fairly large things since I pulled whole pieces and then I tore them into tiny little bits. I don't know. I'm just using my Oohoo glue stick to put these down, and I cover most of the page with this, not all of it. You'll see here I'm gonna speed ahead and skip some of my collaging because this is all I'm doing is taking these strips and my Oohoo glue stick and sticking stuff down. So um, I find that this is the best way for me to begin a page because it kind of gets over that blank page um, feeling, and it's kind of mindless, and just you just stick some stuff down, and then you've got at least the start of something that you can work from. So, and I'm using my little gift card there to help smooth things down. So you see here, I've collaged down, kind of just randomly all over this page. Nothing, no kind of pattern or anything like that. And so once it's down, I decide I'm going to go ahead and put down a little bit of white gesso. This is the Dinah Wakely Media gesso. You can see that has the clearance sticker on it, but that bottle there I got at an estate sale. So it's a double deal. I got that, yeah, so this person who had the estate sale apparently got it on clearance, and then I got it at even deeper discount. So y'all, I love me some deals. So, and I'm just brayering that down a little bit. Um, because I like the collage for the texture and the little bits of yummy that are in the background, but I don't need it to exactly show. And you'll see when I picked up my glue stick, there were a couple little pieces of paper stuck to it. So I was like, all right, I'll just go ahead and stick those down right here. I think one of them is a piece of seam binding, so it's some fabric. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start putting down some of those Amsterdam Reflux inks. This first one is, as you can tell, Reflux Orange. Now I picked these colors because they are ones I hadn't used. Actually, I think I may have used the green before. I'm not positive, but I know that the yellow and the orange I hadn't used. So, and I'm trying to make sure I use in my 100-day project, which is make art, don't fake art. I'm trying to use products I forgot about or I've bought and just haven't touched, or, I'm just trying to put my hands on things and make sure I try to use them and see if I actually want to keep them or if they're just not what I need. So anyway, so then I put the green down. You see that with the orange, I kind of just brayered it down after spraying it with some water. And that definitely dulled it out because that gesso was still kind of wet, but you still get little pops of that neon-ish. And then with the green, you'll see I put a couple drops, a little bit of water, and then I'm just using a paintbrush to just kind of move it around so that the dots aren't so visible. So, there's that, and I think from there I'm gonna blow dry this real quick. Blow dry it. I'm gonna heat dry it maybe. Oh no, I go ahead and grab my brayer and move it around because I guess I decided I didn't like the way it had moved with the paintbrush. But I'm trying to keep from making mud with those things. And now I'm going to use my heat gun and dry that real quick. And then when I come back, I'm going to, and that's it. I didn't let it heat dry very much, just a little bit. And then I smushed the pages together to get a little bit of texture and blend the colors a little bit. And I can already see the mud that's making there. So I went ahead and dried it. And then I break out the yellow. Now, y'all, this is where the neon really comes in. This yellow, I don't know if you saw the picture at the front, it's like a highlighter. It is so bright. I kind of love it. Bright's not usually my jam, but there's something about this yellow that's just eye-catching. Like I said, it's a highlighter. And so I'm putting down a couple lines of it. You saw I did it just along the top, but I decided that is not enough of that crazy yellow. So I sprayed it again and I'm moving it around. You see, shaking my page. And then I'm going to come in here and I think I'm just going to go ahead and dry it again. Actually, no, I don't know. Oh, I think my battery must have died. Anyway, so I'm going to dry it now where it is. And then I've got these Tim Holtz texture stamps. That's, I guess, the best way to call it. Just kind of abstract stamps. And I really love that one with the circles on it. So I grab it and then my black soot distress oxide. And I'm going to just start stamping on there with that one texture stamp. I'm going to use another texture stamp that's not from that Tim Holtz line in a little bit. But this is where I'm starting. And it's, I don't know. I really love these circles. It's really the reason I bought that stamp set. So I am excuse me. I am gonna have some problems with it in the middle, but you'll see that I'm going to take it off my stamping block here in a bit. And yeah, see where I can't get in the crease down there. So I'm just going to peel that right off my stamping block and just kind of go down in the crease with it. That's one of the things I like about the clear stamps. They're even better than my handmade stamps because I can get them to bend like that in creases. So if I do a double page spread, I need to try to remember to use those those clear stamps instead of anything else. So I think that's something I learned, and I want to spread that on to you. So I am just kind of getting that all over the place. You see, I've changed the direction every now and then. That helps so it doesn't look so repetitive. So that stamp doesn't seem, I don't know. I don't like when things are too, I guess, repetitive. I don't know. So here's the other texture stamp I'm coming in with. I believe that's a bow bunny, and it's just kind of like sketchy lines or something. And I'm just kind of just adding a little extra texture to that background. This isn't really going to be anything you notice in the end. It just gives it just a little more roughening up. And then this is a Americana something writer, like fine writer or something, and I'm just using it to just get some squiggly lines on the page, some movement from the top and bottom. Since everything's so horizontal, I wanted a little bit of vertical movement, and you'll see there I use that kind of scraping tool there to because that fine writer is so thin that it dries pretty quickly. So I just moved that and it just kind of smeared those lines a little, and that inspired me there to do one of my absolute favorite things, y'all. I do this quite a bit now. Is since those distress oxides are water soluble, I just came in with a wet paintbrush and I am blurring the edges of the stamp, just kind of mostly just the outer edges of the stamp. I think I might go in and get some of the other ones, but it really adds this extra level of yummy grunge that I'm totally digging. See there, I get some of the inner ones there, but it's, and I've, like I said, this has become kind of my jam lately, that to do this with the distress oxides. I'm sure it would work with the distress stains or any other water soluble stamp ink, but since I love the distress oxide so much, that's what I'm doing it with. And it's, yeah, it makes it feel like, I don't know, it makes it feel like that is more blended into the page a little bit more. So these are, oh, what are they called? They are Tim Holtz also, and they are like chip words or something. I'll have a link to them below, y'all. I'm trying to do the Amazon affiliate thing or associate program. So I'll have links to the things that I can link to on Amazon. and if you click it and buy something while you're in there, I could get a little bit of it. No pressure, but just heads up, that's what those links are. It's kind of my disclosure thing. So anyway, I picked out Shine Brightly, since I did do that neon and everything is seemed to be shiny and glowing. I thought that was kind of perfect. So, and then I took a little piece of black, it's like construction paper, I suppose, and I'm going to glue down my word right onto that, and then glue that straight down. Y'all know I tend to futz a bit with placement of things, and this I didn't. I just kind of just stuck it right down, and that was okay. But you're gonna see here, I go a little overboard with this. I decided I wanted to use the acrylic inks a little bit more, so I'm gonna take the orange and the green, and I think it's because they wound up being kind of more pushed to the background, that I was like, oh, I want to bring them forward a little bit more. And I dry in between, because once they dry, they don't move again. That's the thing about acrylics, is they're not like the Distress Oxides. They won't move and blend and all of that. So I do the green, and I'm going to dry it as well. And I guess I do go ahead and do the yellow too. But y'all, at some point right in here, I realized I absolutely hate this. I do not like these circles. I drew around it. I think it's pretty awful. I do take my Distress Oxide and try to darken up where it says Shine Brightly. I kind of hate that I did that, because I'm not able to remove that later. You'll see me try, but I can't get it off. I think here I thought for a second I was done, but then like I said, I decided I did not like those circles. So I tried to remove them. I think that was a baby wipe, maybe. You see, I'm trying to get some of that black off of the Shine Brightly, because it got so dark there. And I'm thinking, because I know I don't like it, so I'm just gonna peel it up. And gonna try something else. I'm making sure that my other piece of, I guess, construction paper that I've got sitting there will be big enough for that area, and just trying to figure out. I was thinking maybe it was the lines on the black that I didn't like, and so I'm gonna go ahead and glue this new stack down a bit. With my Oohoo glue stick. And I do recommend with those chip words or chip quotes or whatever those thicker things are, maybe do something heavier than the Oohoo. It worked fine, but a matte medium would have probably worked better. So because those are kind of nice and heavy. So here I'm trying to futz about, because I still have those lines of ink going around the outside of it, and I don't like them. So I'm going to come in with my gesso and just kind of paint over them. I think that's kind of what's great about art journaling, is if you don't like it, to change it. Y'all, actually, I do it to some extent. If it's just one part of an art journal page I don't like, I change it. If it's the entire page, I just kind of let it be and hope that it's lesson learned. But when it's little things like this, like I know specifically it was those lines around that sentiment that were just killing me. So I made sure that I got rid of those, and a little bit of gesso, white gesso, worked perfectly to do that. And I'm gonna stick that down and dry this, and I'm gonna come back in a little bit with some more of the gesso to make sure I get all of those lines covered up and stick everything down the way it is. And for the most part, that's gonna be it for this page. If y'all have any questions or comments or suggestions or anything, definitely let me know. And I'm gonna leave y'all with a couple pictures. Make sure you like this, and subscribe if you haven't. All right, guys. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye.